Did you know that Spain's security strategy is in jeopardy? In today's video, we'll explore the alarming situation where a lack of parliamentary support for military spending has led to serious questions about Spain's commitment to Europe's defense. It's time to stay informed and demand accountability. As the geopolitical landscape shifts, military expenditure and national security have taken center stage in Europe. Recently, Alberto Núñez Feijóo, the leader of Spain's Popular Party, voiced his concerns about the government's defense spending during a meeting in Brussels with European leaders. He argues that under Pedro Sanchez's leadership, Spain is heading in the wrong direction, lacking the necessary parliamentary backing to fulfill its NATO and EU commitments. This assertion starkly contrasts the elite political class, represented by Sanchez, and the marginalized voices in the parliament who have criticized the government's military policies. Feijóo's remarks come during a time of unprecedented security challenges in Europe, making them particularly poignant. He referred to Spain as an anomaly within the European context, suggesting that it is not only lagging behind its peers but also failing to address its responsibilities. Looking back at Spain's military engagements, past leaders have often been criticized for their lack of foresight and planning. Feijóo emphasized that Sanchez's inability to secure a military budget that meets NATO's requirement of spending 2% of GDP highlights a deeper systemic issue. No one can spend what they do not have, he stated, framing this issue not just as a fiscal concern but as an ethical and political dilemma. This raises critical questions. How can Spain assert its sovereignty if it cannot meet its defense obligations? Is the current government equipped to navigate the complexities of modern European security? Paradoxically, while Sanchez has been labeled a war leader by some of his traditional allies, his administration's hesitance to increase military spending leaves him vulnerable on the European stage. The stark contrast between the narrative of a united defense front and the internal divisions within the coalition government is alarming. Feijóo pointed out an enormous chasm between Sanchez and his European counterparts, potentially jeopardizing Spain's position in future security discussions. Experts weigh in, stating that a country that does not invest in its defense is essentially ceding its sovereignty. This insight underscores the urgency of the issue, as Spain's incoherent defense strategy threatens its standing within the EU. Recent divisions between Sanchez's PSOE and the leftist coalition partner Sumar over defense spending demonstrate the fractures within the government that could hinder effective policymaking. Looking ahead, if Spain continues to falter in its defense commitments, it risks not only its security but also its credibility within the European Union. Can Spain afford to be seen as a weak link in the chain of European defense? As the continent faces evolving threats, a unified and robust defense strategy has never been more crucial. In summary, the current political landscape in Spain reflects systemic injustices that are often overlooked. It is striking that while European leaders are advancing strong defense strategies, Spain finds itself precariously led by a president lacking parliamentary support for essential military expenditures. This not only undermines Spain's credibility on the European stage, but also raises vital questions about the power structures that allow such disparities to persist. As marginalized groups continue to shoulder the impact of these decisions, we must ask ourselves, how long can we ignore the voices of those most affected by our leaders' choices? If you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more updates, and share your thoughts in the comments below.